Don't be that person. Don't be the person that stood in line for an hour, voted in a US election, and walked out proud wearing an I voted sticker. If you are not a US citizen, you can't vote. Welcome to the Ray Law International channel. I'm Anthony Ray, one of the immigration attorneys here at Ray Law International. At Ray Law International, we help HR, senior managers, and individuals overcome immigration barriers to bring key employees and family members to the US. If you didn't know that you aren't supposed to vote, you need to pay attention to what I have to say next. If you are a lawful permanent resident and you unfortunately voted in a US election, you will not be able to become a US citizen. Voting when not a citizen is considered an example of bad moral character. The US requires good moral character of those who wish to become citizens. This good moral character includes not breaking laws. Unlawful voting is a false claim to citizenship and a violation of United States law. In June 2021, the USCIS did clarify what constitutes a false claim to citizenship and unlawful voting. Under these new guidelines, the USCIS focused on three topics: false claims to citizenship, unlawful voting, and voting in a federal election as a non-citizen. First, let's look at false claims to citizenship. Under these new guidelines, claims to citizenship must be made knowingly. Be careful, however. Knowingly can include answering yes to registration to vote on an application for a driver's license or when applying for government benefits. This is where it gets complicated. If you registered to vote but did not claim to be a US citizen, the USCIS will not consider this as an unlawful act. If you registered to vote, however, you have the burden of proving that the registration form did not specifically mention citizenship status. Second, unlawful voting. This topic also includes state law and where you reside. Some states allow non-citizens to vote in certain local elections. If that's the case, the USCIS will look to state and local laws to ensure you abided by the laws where you live. This brings us to point 3, which is closely related to unlawful voting. Voting in a federal election as a non-citizen. There's no defense to voting in a federal election as a non-citizen. Even if a ballot included local elections that allow non-citizen voters to participate, this would be a violation. Don't take the risk. Just don't vote until you are a US citizen. This leads us to an important detail for both this issue and your immigration process in general. As you prepare for applying for US citizenship and even before you become eligible, be proactive. If you inadvertently registered to vote, have your name struck from the voter list as soon as possible. Some experts even recommend that before beginning the process of applying for citizenship, you double check with your local election board to make sure you're not on any voter list. If you have voted or registered to vote, work with an attorney to find grounds to explain your actions. This includes unknowingly registering to vote when getting a driver's license and other qualifying circumstances. An attorney can help you identify legally sound reasons that show these actions do not reflect your character. Does the impact of voting sound troubling to you? Don't take chances with your immigration case. Work with us to avoid denials or even removal proceedings. Now, more than ever, it is important that you have an immigration attorney involved in your immigration cases. Get the Ray Law Advantage. Get the information and knowledge you need to have peace of mind. Stay updated on immigration matters by subscribing to our channel and sharing these videos with friends and your social network. Thank you for the privilege of your time. We'll see you next time.